All right, I'm a little more awake now.
I'm not.
I'm about to be even more so.
Man,
Because the more I started thinking about it, started getting all mad again.
wish I had
So
one
let me
of
have a
those.
drink in my Red Bull. And we'll wait a minute.
Wish I had one of those.
Teresa said that she didn't get a notification
Mm.
a few minutes ago when we tried to do this. So I don't know. YouTube is
I've gotten this is live now.
yeah.
YouTube is.
That's nice since you're already in here. Thanks,
I know.
YouTube.
I'm like, thanks. I'm already.
It's really
in
doing
here.
me a solid there.
Right. Good
Well,
job.
I'm gonna take a few sips of my Red Bull and try to wake up. Because really, if it doesn't wake me up too much, then I can just go back to sleep. But I want to watch that other episode of Welcome to Derry tonight because we missed it on Sunday. Because we've had a lot of shit going on.
We've had a lot of shit, and we will tell
more so than anticipated.
And we will tell the folks at home.
We will.
What has happened?
We will.
Just in the last week, it's been pretty busy. It's. I want one of those.
Go get one.
Okay. Because now I'm jealous of your awakeness.
You just said you were having heart palpitations or whatever.
What?
So you want to have them again?
Yes.
This is a lot of caffeine for you today.
Yes.
I'm not your mom, though.
Good. I'm glad.
Go off.
This will also help me in staying awake.
It really does taste like sparkling cider.
It does. Be right back. What's weird?
Yeah, the whole house looks weird. Not really this room yet, but soon. We're in those stages of moving where, like, you're packing everything, but you're still trying to live in a functional house while you pack everything, and it's a lot of, like, Benny Hill style moving shit around so that you can still function, but also...
Yes, but then it feels like we've been robbed.
I know.
I'm talking into my phone like it's a microphone. That's not how this works.
Maybe you do need that Red Bull.
I told you.
Oh, you're moving his bed?
Yes.
Where's he gonna make his biscuits?
Right here on the floor.
Apollo makes biscuits like a cat kind of, except he'll bite on a toy or his bed or a blanket, and he'll get his like shoulders going like a cat does when they make biscuits.
My favorite is when he thinks he's just nibbing a blanket, but it's actually my leg.
Yeah.
He doesn't bite hard.
He's the cutest thing in the world.
He's a baby. Yeah.
See, there he goes. He says, "Ooh, late night biscuit order."
He goes. He's making angry floor biscuits.
He makes only the very best biscuits.
Yes. Oh.
And like when he's irritated about something, and he has so little to be irritated about. It'll be like, I'm trying to think of a recent example. When I tell him not to hoover on the floor, he'll like get up on the bed and be like, and he'll start to make his biscuits.
Tell him My favorite's when he's right behind me, and I'll hear him working his feelings out.
Yeah.
He's like,
and then he falls asleep while he's doing it.
And then I'll hear him. Buddy.
My children are a little spoiled.
A little.
And they're also a little agitated with us because we've had a little zoo here that was quite unexpected.
I didn't anticipate that.
Let me have a little more Red Bull and I'll get into it.
I'm gonna hurt it. You can't see it, but I'm gonna hurt it.
And this is gonna get political, and I apologize. So if you're not down for that, I guess this ain't the fucking live stream for you. I don't care. I don't give a fuck who I offend. It's bad enough when it's humans, okay? But humans can fight back. Humans can speak up. Humans can take care of themselves. When it comes to animals, then I'm real fucking mad. Real fucking mad. And anyone who cares about animals at all should also be real fucking mad. And if you voted for this shit, fuck you.
And also be listening because you're planning on doing what we're about to talk about that we've encountered.
I don't think anybody that I know would do that, but I do think that when you vote shitty people into office, it has consequences.
Unfortunately for those who didn't.
And I'm going to get real loud for animals because they can't. So I'm very angry. I'm very happy at how these two particular situations went, but I'm very angry that they happened in the first place. So during this move where everything is crazy, we found what day was that?
November the 3rd.
So November 3rd, we were outside. Excuse me.
Which was a little over a week ago at this point.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. We were outside and there was a kitten wandering around alone. And not tiny, but like not older than 4 months probably. Pretty small, still obviously a kitten. Okay? And she came right up to us and we picked her up. She had no collar. She had no microchip. There was no one looking for their cat. There was no one outside. There was no like open door or open patio door or any indication of where like she might have come from or what was going on.
And we checked several times throughout the day.
And it recently got very cold here. Like it's been getting colder, especially at night. But the other night it was like in the 30s, which is bizarre for this time of year in Texas. So anyway, we took her in and I was like, what are we going to do with this cat? Like, I have dogs, okay? I have dogs and I've had lizards. So like I've got all kinds of extra stuff for those types of animals. I haven't had cats. I mean, we had Juju because we've had some cats that we've taken in, similar situation, right? But they've all gone, a couple of years ago to their new homes. One of them is with Ems. I need to let her know that we're live, by the way. The first one we rescued is with Ems. Another one is with Andy's coworker. But like, it's been a couple of years since that. I'm gonna let her know. We'll see if she's at work or not.
I think she is. We're just the beacon for
I know.
this kind of thing.
I know Teresa's at work, so she probably won't be able to pop in. But anyway, I don't have cat stuff, okay? So, nor do I have a household that's conducive to cats in a general sense, and especially not now because we're in the middle of like chaos and moving, and the whole living room and like front parlor area is boxes. It's just not
cat friendly.
Yeah, it's not really us friendly. It's just it's a mess. This is what happens when you're moving, right? So anyway, Lauren stayed home with the cat. I ended up packing up the second bathroom, and she was in there because you have to understand, I don't know how Percy would do with cats. I don't know how Athena would do, but I know Apollo fucking hates them because he growls at him on the TV.
And ones he sees in the window.
And I'm very concerned that if the cat was wandering about the house, it can get through the dog gates that we have.
Yeah,
like, we have dog gates all over, if we need to, like, keep them in certain rooms or whatever. And she was little enough and plus cats can jump.
Yeah,
like,
even if you couldn't fit through it.
Cats go wherever the hell they want, which is why I don't have cats, because I like to have a modicum of control over my environment, and my nice stuff sits on a high shelf, and a cat will just knock it off, right?
I'd like to note that while Lexi was picking up the bathroom to make a safe space for the cat, I was holding this kitten the whole time. And while irritated, she did not bite me.
She's very, very sweet.
The most she did was flick her tail.
We'll get to that. So, anyways, my house is not really set up for cats. And I had other plans that day for packing up a separate part of the house. But I was like, well, because we're like, what are we going to do? We can't put her back outside because we also live next to a like intersection of the two like tollways in Texas. So like and off a busy road, like this is not a safe place for animals to be wandering about. Okay. So I'm like, we need to get her, off the streets essentially. And so I ended up making some signs that said, are you missing a cat? Please call me anytime, day or night. Put my phone number, I put them all around the neighborhood. Nobody called. But that day we're sitting there and I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to pack the second bathroom and we'll keep her in there so that she's safe and she's warm and she's can have. I had to go get a litter box. I had to go get litter. I had to get food. I had to get, all the cat things because I don't have any cat things. I have dog things. I have extra dog stuff, but not cat stuff. So anyway, she stayed home with the cat while I went and got all that stuff, came back. And this cat was phenomenal. It was obviously someone's cat. It knew immediately to go in the litter box. It was right on top of like the food, and she was a little thin. I think she was I think she was dumped, okay? But I don't think it was that day cuz she looked like, I wouldn't say she was emaciated, but she was getting there. And she was very hungry. And so when we put the cat food down in the water, she like chomped it. And then within a couple hours she was like, meh, like filled my bowl again. So we did. I just gave her as much as she wanted because
I don't know how long she was out.
yeah. But I mean, she was very well mannered and obviously used to being in the house. This was not a feral cat. I've rescued feral cats before in my younger years, and they are a lot more challenging to. That makes it sound negative. It's not their fault. It's just they're different than a cat that's been in the house, right? So I'm asking everybody, and I posted her on like all the websites where you can post found animals. Nothing. And I'm like, someone must have dumped this cat because it's obviously somebody's cat. It's a beautiful cat.
She's very,
very sweet, very
actually pretty well groomed.
Yeah, she was.
She was pretty well groomed. Her fur didn't feel like she'd been outside or
Yeah.
anything like that for more than however long. Like, she knew what a litter box was, immediately knew what a
Yep.
litter box was.
She was very well mannered. So she camped out in our second bathroom for how many days? When did she go home to her new home?
She went to her new home on November the 7th, which was
Okay.
Friday.
So we found her on the 3rd. We found her new home by the 7th.
Yep. She
With,
went in the morning, so we had her for 3 full days, and then,
Again, one of Andy's coworkers, who actually started crying when she saw pictures of the cat because she looked like one that she had that had passed away, and so she was like, yes, I want the cat. So we're very fortunate that she took the cat, and the cat has a good home now, and we're getting updates, and it's all very lovely,
and
and
she's very, very loved.
I'm very happy.
And we were like, oh, pardon me, we have your cat.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, the cat distribution system worked its magic, and here's your cat. Like, it was just kind of funny, but
Fit pretty well. It's a really good fit.
I don't really have the time to be doing active animal rescue at the moment, but that's really not how animal rescue works. It just happens when it happens, and I don't know. It's like the squirrels told her, because she walked right up to us
And meowed.
and was like, hey, you. And I'm like, oh, okay. The squirrels must have told you about me.
Yep.
But anyway, so we got her a new home, and that's been great. And then what was that Sunday?
Sunday.
So that was Friday. She went to her new home Friday morning. This kitten, okay? Sunday, Lauren's coming home from, where were you, Target?
Yeah, Target and Walmart.
She
getting
went to
moving
Target to get
supplies.
like moving supplies and like totes, because a lot of my like fragile stuff I'm packing in like heavy duty plastic totes rather than just boxes, because
It was like late morning, early afternoon time.
yeah. So she calls me and she's like, so there's a dog, and I'm like,
I
oh
said,
Jesus.
So the dog distribution center has.
Oh
made
my
itself
God.
known.
I'm like, what do you mean there's a dog? She's like, there's a dog wandering around. It doesn't have a collar. Excuse me.
She's very sweet,
Very sweet.
approachable.
Yeah. So I said, okay, let me come down there. And this is right at the entrance to our neighborhood. And I said, let me come down there. I'll have Andy take the totes out of the car because it's filling up the whole back seat, these big moving totes. And I said, we'll just take her up the street to the vet and have him scan for a microchip, which we've done many times with dogs. For some reason, people don't tend to microchip their cats as
They don't
frequently.
think about that, even though cats get out more often
yeah.
than dogs.
But anyways, we've done that tons of times with dogs.
Reunited.
More times than I've even talked about on my channel.
We
and
reunited every single dog.
every single one.
Every
it's like,
single dog is
boom,
microchipped.
microchip, and within a half an hour.
We find a post online if they didn't update it. Like,
yeah.
Easy.
Within half an hour, we're, you know, talking to the family, and they're happy to get their dog back and whatever. And one time we were at the park, and it was late, and there was this dog that had come up to us, but wouldn't fully approach us, and then was kind of hanging around another dude. And it got later and later, and I think we were walking Percy.
We were walking Percy.
And the dude came up to us, and he's like, "Hey, is that your dog?" And I was like, "No, I thought it was your dog." And he's like, "No, she's been wandering around." And we kind of watched her wander around the park, and we finally were able to actually grab her. She had a collar, and we called the number on the collar, and the people were like, "Oh my God, we've been looking for her since 1 o'clock today." This was later. This was like, 7:30, 8 o'clock. So she's like, "We'll be right there." And they came out, and the woman was crying, and the man like shakes my hand after she takes her dog back. And there's like, I can tell there's money in his hand. And I don't know if it's a 20 or 100 or what it is. Right. But I'm like, no, I don't want your money. Like, that's not what this is about for me. Like,
this is what I do.
I would be devastated if my dog got out or was lost or whatever. So that's, I just want them to get home to their families and be safe. So we go to the vet, and they make you fill out paperwork with your contact information, because oftentimes they won't give you the people's contact info. They will contact the people that the microchip, is linked to and have them call you. So I filled out the paperwork. Meanwhile, this dog, like, we didn't have a collar. I didn't have an extra collar. So we had sort of wrapped the leash very loosely around her neck so she couldn't get away, And we go into the vet's office, which was next. It was next to the PetSmart. It was at Banfield.
Yeah, the one that's attached and stuff.
And I'm like, okay, just sit here with her, maybe get a weight on her just because I'm curious for whatever reason, in case I need to make a post or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But while we're waiting for her to get in contact, the receptionist to get in contact with the microchip people after she scanned her, I went in the store and bought a collar for her and stuff. And so by the time I get back, I can hear her saying, oh, okay, they're, she's on the phone with the people. And I'm like, oh, great. This another successful reuniting of an animal with their family. And then, when you can hear the other side of a conversation and you can tell that it's not going the way that you thought.
Or you feel a dip in the energy.
Yeah, I had a bad feeling, like my stomach dropped out, and I was like, something's wrong. And she's saying, no, I don't think that they can keep her. Because I had already said to the vet receptionist, I'm like, she's like, oh, who do we have with us today? Like, we had an appointment at the vet. And I'm like, no, I'm the one that just called you. This is a dog that I need the microchip scan. She was wandering around the neighborhood. She has no collar. She looks, taken care of. She looks like she's somebody's dog. So we just want to see if there's a chip. And so anyways, I said, we're in the middle of like moving and this is crazy, but we just want to make sure that she gets back to her owner.
Because we're not going to leave the dog outside.
Right. Because she's like, well, when did you find her? And so we were just kind of talking, And I hear her say, no, I don't think that they can keep her. And we can't keep her. We're just a vet's office. We don't do that. And then she said something about, no, I can't take you off the microchip. You'll have to call the company. And I'm like, oh, this is not good, And so she gets off the phone and she says, okay, well, he told me that he surrendered her to a shelter a year ago. And he wants to be taken off the microchip. And I'm like, he's lying. Like, that doesn't sound right, because I've done animal rescue for years. Shelters tag the dogs that come through their rescue, that come through their shelter. Hey, Heather.
Hey.
Talking about
the dog.
2 animals we've rescued this week alone. I'll get to what I think is causing that and why I'm angry. But anyway, loud highway noise.
Oh,
I won't
every
miss
time.
that. So she's like, he said he surrendered her a year ago to the shelter, and I'm like, there's no way, because they
That's-
would have either changed the microchip, had him change it to the shelter or rescue, or they would have double chipped her
They would have
basically.
had an additional one put in, like
Shelters don't not tag their animals; they just don't, right?
right.
So I'm like, something's fishy,
Mhm.
and she's well fed. This dog, okay, I would say even a little bit overweight, a little bit. She's older, but she's groomed. Like her nails were clipped. Okay,
She wasn't.
she
Smelling.
had she didn't smell bad. She wasn't dirty. She had a depression in her fur. Like when a dog wears a collar for a long time, there's a depression in their fur where the collar sits. And if you were to just take the collar off, that depression would stay there
for
for
a little bit.
a little bit of time. And she had that. Like there had been a collar there. And I'm like, this is somebody's dog that they recently have essentially either lost, which why would you ever have your dog out without a collar? I don't understand that, but whatever. Or she's been dumped. And I'm like, okay, let's just say, for argument's sake, this guy's telling the truth and some weird shit happened and the dog's not microchipped by the shelter, whatever. Maybe someone in the neighborhood did, adopt her or take her in or whatever, right? If we believe his story, he hasn't had her for a year. Maybe someone else has. So I posted on, what is it called? Paw Boost and Nextdoor and all these
Pet
apps.
Finder,
Yeah.
all of them.
Pets Loved, Lost, something like that for
Ones I've never even
Petco.
heard of before.
Places where you post, found animals that, whatever. Nothing. No response from an owner. And in the meantime, I took her in when we were at the vet. I just had them give her a rabies shot because I was like, I know the immunity's not immediate, but I was like, I don't know what's going to happen with her. Essentially, we're dealing with a dog that doesn't have an owner. She's going to have to be in my house, in the vicinity of my dogs. I didn't let them play together because I don't know this dog. My dogs are vaccinated properly against the things that they need to be vaccinated for, but my dogs are not. Maybe Apollo's friendly. Percy's not really that friendly to other dogs. He's not really that interested, and Athena is definitely not. So, I didn't want to also stress my dogs out by having her be all of a sudden in their face, right?
Mhm.
So she's in a separate room in a very large. It was actually the crate that we got for Athena for her spay that was her recovery crate, but we never even really used it. I think she was in there for 30 minutes maybe.
You're right.
We bought this huge expensive crate for her because they have to be contained and
Yeah.
no activity
She
when
just
they've
slept
had
on the
surgery. So, but she was with me the whole time, so
Mhm.
we didn't really use it. But so we put her in there, and she just became part of our routine, for the few days that she was here, and she had lunch, snack, breakfast, dinner at the same time. Got a
Walks.
park trip, walks. Like we just integrated her into the routine, and she did all of it by herself. We didn't walk our dogs with her, but she very much enjoyed the park and all of that. And very sweet dog. She must have not been allowed on furniture in her previous situation because she didn't understand how to get up on the couch. This was a border collie mix, by the way. She was 50 pounds. So bigger than our dogs,
Very
but
lovely.
not huge, but very sweet dog. She knew kind of the neighborhood. She knew where to stop at pedestrian gates or streets. She was somebody's dog in this neighborhood without question. And I think she was dumped. And I think the reason, let me get to that in a second because I don't want to get mad yet.
Give it 5 minutes.
Very lovely dog, very sweet, very we found out from the call to the guy who had allegedly surrendered her a year ago that her name was Bailey. So we started calling her Bailey, and she responded to Bailey. Very beautiful black and white border collie. Beautiful dog. and older looking. You could tell.
At
Like the
least-
vet estimated her at 8 or
Yeah, I
older.
was gonna say at least 8, just based on the muzzle.
Yeah, you could see that there was some graying about the muzzle, which makes me even more mad. Why would
Yeah.
you?
But she was.
Not that it's okay to ever dump an animal, but like these people that even when you take them to a shelter, an elderly animal that you've had their whole life, I
She
can't.
knew a lot of not straight up commands, but she knew what no meant.
Mm-hmm.
She knew the command sit that I didn't try to command her to do anything, but like just everyday things you do with your dog, like no, don't do that, or come here, or
Leave it.
leave it.
She
knew
tried to eat a
those.
Band-Aid at the park. We were like, leave it. She knew that.
Yeah, like just everyday things you do with your own dog, and she listened flawlessly.
Yeah.
I remember I had her down, and we have a dog park at the very I had her contained, and I even said to you, I think she got out because I cannot believe someone
Well, that's
would
what-
dump her at this point.
Yeah, that's
She
what
was
we originally
very-
thought. Because she didn't look like
She was
she'd
very,
been outside for a long
She was
time.
very happy, like I got out. And I'm
But
so
she
happy.
looked, initially, she sort of looked like she was happy to be off her leash and, kind of looking around. But for what maybe this is all in my head, okay? But it looked like she was looking around for her owner, but also just kind of excited to be free, whatever. You know what I mean? And she didn't seem stressed initially, but after it became obvious, like that night, that she was not going to be returning to wherever she came from. Yeah, I could never. Exactly. Anyway, you could tell that she was like a little bit freaked out.
Yeah.
I mean, we sat with her and snuggled her and, tried to make her as comfortable as possible. But, this is a foreign place to her. And of course, our dogs are rambunctious. And so they're barking and they're doing what they do. And
everyone can smell each other.
yeah,
You can't
you
stop that.
can't hide stuff from dogs. So they know. And they already knew. The dogs are already like, wait, there was already a critter in the bathroom. Like, what the hell's
2
going
days
on?
ago. What is
Yeah.
happening?
So, and she probably could still smell that a cat was here. I mean, the
Mhm.
cat didn't go to the bathroom on the floor or anything, but, dogs smell things much better than we do.
Oh.
Aw, see? Exactly.
Yeah, I could never.
We have cameras all throughout the house and, on the dogs when we're out of the house, and so we can talk to them through the camera. So yeah, same thing. Like, they know. It was just very sad. So, anyway, I posted her, and, someone's car alarm's going off now. I was starting to get stressed because I'm like, okay, we really don't have space to take her with us. This is a long distance move. We have 3 dogs already, and there's not really an allocation of space enough for a big dog in the cars that we have going, right? That's going to distract me if that doesn't get shut off.
I can already see you getting.
It's driving me nuts. My ADHD.
Yes.
I'm going to try really hard to ignore it.
Mhm.
We don't have space for that. And I don't know that we can make space for that. It would be different, and I would have been less stressed about it had we been doing a local move. But a long distance move is a one-time shot. You load everything into the truck. You hope to God that it all fits. You get rid of some shit you don't really need if it doesn't. And, you have your one shot to go. Like, we have everything planned out as to which vehicles everything is going in and what's going in the big moving truck, and we're towing my Jeep behind the big moving truck. So, like, we don't have space
We
for
didn't
another
plan
dog. Yeah.
Let alone a big one.
So, plus, it would have to be, she would have to be in a vehicle with our current dogs, which adds a whole nother level of stress for everybody. And the dogs are already going to be stressed because their routine is going to be obliterated, you
Yep.
know?
And they're
So
very routine based.
it's like, I'm starting to I was up, thank God that shut off. I was up at like, night before last, I was up at like 3 a.m. and I'm just like, stressed. Like, what are we going to do? Because I'm not going to leave her on the street.
No.
And, I had talked to Andy about it, and I'm like, if no one comes forward and no one will foster her and we aren't able to find her a home, because initially one of his friends at work, who he's worked with for years and years and years, she had just lost her dog. Kind of the same story as the cat, actually. But she had just lost her dog a couple months back. And initially she was like, oh yeah, I'll take her. And if I can't keep her, then I'll at least foster her because I know you guys have got to go, right? Well, I guess her husband said no for whatever reason. That wasn't going to work out. And so I went from really happy to really, really stressed. And as the days went on, I got more and more stressed. And so I was up at like 3 a.m. and I'm checking all these places where I could potentially post her and trying to find, because the shelters are overrun here. Like, and a lot of them have very long wait times, 4 to 6 weeks. And it's like, I don't have that kind of time. We're talking less than a couple of weeks. Like,
We really didn't want to put her in a shelter anyway.
and I really don't want to do that. And I especially, like, yes, you could call animal control, but you never know with an older dog if they're going to euthanize her, or if they're just, they'll euthanize dogs if they're just overrun.
And they are.
So, given that her microchip is connected to someone who obviously doesn't give a fuck, and I still think it was him. I still think he let her go.
Oh.
Like, took her collar off and just let her go. Because
you would not ask.
none of
Can
it...
they keep her, for one?
Yeah, well, and you wouldn't say, I want to be taken off the microchip. And the vet is just like,
Well,
I
can't help
don't
you.
have any control over that. Like, sorry, dude. Like, it was all just very gross. So I'm, like, stressing. So, anyways, I go on one of these apps, and it was one I hadn't seen before, like a neighborhood-style app, and I posted her. And her post got a lot of attention. And, I mean, like, when I tell you I was talking to my dad about this, my dearly departed father,
Hey,
I'm like,
Heather.
Dad,
Heather.
hey, Heather.
We got both Heathers here.
I was like, I need your help, Dad. Like, please, I need your help finding this dog a safe place to land because I really don't see how we can take her, and I cannot leave her here. The day that we found her, that night, it got down in the 30s. Like, it was freezing. It was very cold.
She would have frozen.
It's too cold for an animal to be out there.
Especially an elderly dog.
Yeah. And she didn't have, if you've seen a border collie, they kind of have wispy hair.
They got human-like
It's
hair.
not like a husky, okay? Those dogs are built for that. Not that I would leave any dog outside in cold weather, but like,
This dog would not have done very well.
Yeah. So, anyway, as it usually happens when I ask my dad for help, just as when he was alive, I wake up and there's messages from... First it was a woman who said, don't take her to the shelter. Don't call animal control, which I had said in my post, I'm hesitant to do any of that because I worry about, where she's going to land or what's going to happen to her. She said, don't do that.
Yeah, same, Heather. I couldn't...
Yeah, it's disgusting.
That wasn't even a thought in my mind at first because I'm like, I could never do that, so no one could do that.
Yeah, I just had a bad feeling this time, and I typically don't.
We have really high success stories.
Yeah,
with this.
I mean, every dog except this one has been quick reunite with their family. So anyway, I wake up and there's a message from a woman, and she says, "Don't take her to the shelter. I can foster her. Here's my information. We just need to find a rescue to work with. I'll be the foster, and then we can find a rescue to get her placed in, and then, and I'm like, oh, thank God. And so then I'm trying to kind of research rescues, and as I'm doing that, I get a private message on the app with another woman from a rescue, and she's like, hey, I just saw your post. She said her best friend messaged her about Bailey. She saw the post and she messaged her and she said, my rescue's full, but it's never really full, which is how animal rescue is. It's why rescues are like always drowning, because when you care, you can't just turn animals away. You can't say no.
Such thing as full.
So she's like, So I have my rescue, and if we can just find a foster, and I'm like, oh my god,
I have a foster.
I have a foster. So like I connected those two so that they could talk, and then I'm talking to the woman who's gonna be the foster, and so she's like, I can come and pick her up tomorrow, and I was like, oh thank God. She's like, can you keep her another night? Because she knew that we were moving. I had told her that, and she's like, can you keep her one more night? And I said, yeah, no problem. So she came and got her this morning.
We have to emphasize how lovely this dog was. Like,
Very sweet, very, very polite, very affectionate. This would be, she would have been a great dog for like an elderly person because she was just real chill, you know? She asked to go outside. She didn't have any accidents in the house. She was obviously crate trained, which is something that, if you rescue dogs in particular, that's kind of rare
that is.
for them to be actually crate trained.
People will say it, but they don't know
They
what
say
that
it, but that just means I put the dog in there.
Right.
That's not crate trained.
Haley knew to go in the crate. She sought comfort from this crate.
Yeah. We put it so it's a big crate, and it's one of the ones with like not the plastic but like the metal side so you can see through on all sides. And I put like a blanket over the top because we had a ceiling fan going in that room, and we had a bunch of boxes as well. So it's like it's in the middle, like center of the house. And I didn't want her to get cold because 8 years plus is considered an elderly dog. So I put a little blanket over the top, and it kind of made like a nice little nest for her. I think
we found out she likes little caves.
She had her little blanket in there, and she just like
this was a nice thick blanket.
Big, yeah. It was Lauren's blanket.
It was. It was, and
It was one of those huge, like oversized.
I will happily give I also gave one of my blankets to the kitten.
To the cat too, yeah.
Because that I'm like, I will happily give my blankets to any animal, and I have.
Anyway,
we joke that new blankets becomes the dog blankets in a week.
The woman came with her husband, and they've been doing dog rescue and fostering for years, and so it was just such a relief that she was able to do that. And it's nice to find other animal people. It was just such a nice experience after this experience of finding two animals who had clearly been dumped by their owners, to then find other people like us who are animal people, who are dog people. Hey, you already know the story I'm telling about the cat and then the dog, so you didn't miss anything, but I'm glad you're here. But it's been really stressful because and I'm like, okay, universe, like I'm happy to help, but this is just like a crazy time for us,
Very disheartening.
And feeling like, oh my God, the clock is ticking, and I want to make sure that these animals are safe before I leave, because we would have had to take the dog with us. Like, if we couldn't find her home, we would have had to.
And the cat before that, if she didn't.
Yeah, like I will not leave an animal defenseless. I will not. And it's like they know,
Bro, my mom said, Lexi, Lauren, don't leave the house after you find a foster for this dog.
Your mom knows, because we're always telling her, oh man, we found this dog. And
well, I used to do that to her when I was younger.
When you were little, yeah, I did that to my parents too. Bring all these feral cats home. My parents were like, all right, we'll take it to the vet. Like,
yeah, basically.
My whole life. Yeah. I can't stand that shit. I don't know how people can do that.
I had such a soft spot for this dog.
Lauren got really attached to her really quickly.
I did, because look, this dog has the most soulful eyes I've ever seen, and she kept looking at me like, you're gonna fix this, right? I'm like, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
But I knew that I could call Lexi and things would get handled, because we always do. But I thought at the time, oh, this dog just got out because
Right.
who would do such a thing?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, it's like I had my faith in humanity really tested, and then it was restored by the way this all came together for this dog. It was just really lovely and amazing, and almost like, I'm telling you, I asked my dad for help, and I really felt like there was some divine intervention there because my dad was an animal lover as well. That's why when I would bring him home as a kid, you know, animals I had found or whatever, and if they didn't have a home, my parents would take him in, take him to the vet, make sure they got, you know, their proper care and everything, and they would just become part of the family.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure I exhausted them because
Dude.
I was always bringing something home.
I was talking to my spiritual team, just begging. My grandfather passed away like 5 years ago, and he used to always pick up baby birds that got abandoned by their mothers, restore them back to health, and then like release them. So he was also his own little animal lover. I would ask him help all the time too.
I'm so relieved. But it, you know, there's no way that this doesn't tie into people's SNAP benefits and food benefits getting cut off, you know, as of the 1st. We're now almost 2 weeks in, and they're starting to get some partial payments of SNAP, of food stamps, getting paid again in Texas, but because I think there was a court order. Excuse me, but that's been 2 weeks, essentially. And if you can't, and I'm not justifying it, okay? But I'm saying this is completely unnecessary suffering of humans and of animals. There is no reason that this needs to be happening. There is no reason for people to feel, yeah, they're desperate. Exactly. There is no reason when there's a fucking ballroom being built. Fuck your ballroom, okay? What the fuck is wrong with people? Like, I'm enraged.
The ballroom for the house you're not going to be living in beyond 4 years.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. And this puts people in a completely unnecessary, desperate, and scary situation. And the funny thing that I think people really don't understand, if you haven't done animal rescue or you haven't tried to surrender your pet to a shelter or a rescue, you don't really understand that people think, oh, well, just take them to a shelter. Like you can just drop them off. That is not how.
Or something.
Yeah, that is not how shelters work. It's not like returning something to a store. They have long wait lists. Sometimes they don't accept animals. They just are at capacity. I mean, these facilities can only take so much. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you. 100%. I wish I could like that. You know what I mean? That, like, comment.
Mm-hmm.
What's a star mean?
I don't know. Does it mean you pin it?
I don't know. I starred it. I don't know what that means.
Find it all new. Maybe you favorited it. I don't know.
Anyway.
We'll find out what happens. Yeah, you can't.
Oh yeah, it's against the law here too, but people do it.
Yeah, people.
But people don't understand. You can't just take an animal to a shelter and they have to take it. You know, and a lot of times they charge people because they're taking your animal in, so they'll charge you $150, $200. They'll tell you, you know, we'll set an appointment 6 weeks out if they even have a space. And those generally tend to be the city animal shelters. And then people will tell you, oh, you can call animal control. Well, if you call animal control and the city shelters are full, they will euthanize the animal. They give, I think it's a 2 or 3 day wait. If there is a microchip, they'll contact whoever the microchip owner is, whoever the pet's owner is, and they'll give 2 or 3 days for them to come and pick it up. And if they don't, and the shelters are full, they euthanize the dog.
Or if they don't pass the behavioral
or the behavioral, yeah. So they have to go through a behavioral assessment,
a health
assessment. And again, when
quality of life assessment,
when you're dealing with an older dog or cat or whatever, when you're dealing with an older animal that's going to be hard to adopt, that's another issue. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But it's uneducated people that they don't really understand what's going on, and it's infuriating because and then people will say to me, "Well, I don't want to get political," or "Oh, I don't it's just politics." It's not. It's real people's lives. It's real animals' lives.
It's not going to be just politics.
It's
which
real
affects your life
consequences.
now, is it?
It's real consequences. It makes me very angry, and you're not going to tell me that this is just a coincidence.
No.
That we're cutting off people's food benefits and all of a sudden animals are popping up. I mean, this is going to continue to happen. Because a lot of people see animals as a lower priority. And the sad thing about this dog, yeah, it is. It's very sad. The sad thing about this dog is like, I noticed little things like her nails were clipped.
Mhm.
I think that whoever this was doing, yes, exactly. They were doing what they were supposed to do until they felt like they couldn't do it anymore. And again, I'm not making excuses for people, but I do think people in desperate situations make poor decisions, and they don't need to be in those situations. We can do better.
This dog was in a family for, I presume, 8 years-ish, give or take.
I'm assuming.
I assume. I don't believe the story that he gave, whoever was on the microchip. I believe that was him.
Yeah.
Like,
I just have this strong feeling that he or, someone else in that family took the collar off and just let her out the front door.
'cause when we
And I
walked-
think initially she was like,
Whee!
"Oh, this is fun." And then it's like, "Oh,
Come-
shit.
And then comes across me
Where's my people?"
and was like, "Hey, I got out. This is fun." I'm like, "Uh-huh." Of
Yeah.
course you did. Like, when we're walking this dog, I notice little things too. Like, you're pulling me towards a very certain areas.
Yeah.
You're reacting to certain dogs in a way that's familiar. Not like specific dogs, but of coat colors.
Yeah.
You're from around here.
Yeah, I wish that we did that here. And I know the shelters are overwhelmed, and I'm not meaning to like throw shade, okay? But there's a better answer. And because pets are looked at, the laws are changing. In certain states here, I think New York is one and California is another, where they're starting to see animals as family members instead of property. Because right now, in a lot of places, animals are property, like a suitcase or a car.
Well, I wish that was everywhere with the euthanasia and
Yeah.
shelters being illegal. If that's so, wasn't it in Switzerland or something where you can only legally leave your pet unattended for 6 hours, like they're a child or something?
Yeah, the laws are changing, like I said, in different places and even here. But it's just,
Yeah, and it's like,
yeah.
I have to go to small claims court to claim my dog like he's a piece of luggage, like you just called them. Like, that's got to be that's heartbreaking to think of it like that.
I just can't imagine. And I don't think it's because, oh, I don't have human children, so my furry children are my children, and if I had human kids, I would think differently, and they would be lower, the animals would be lower on the totem pole for me. I don't think that that's the case. I think that they are living beings, and they deserve better.
I have always loved animals. Like, I loved my fish the same as I loved my dog when I was 2 years
You
old.
should tell them about the bird.
Oh, the stupid bird! I was 10 years old and I got the biggest present under the tree, and it was a bird cage. I had always said I don't want a bird. They got me a cage for a parakeet. And I was reading a book, and my mom's like, "What are you reading?" "I'm reading a book because I have to take care of this stupid bird."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't let the bird be suffering because
She had to learn about, was a parakeet.
parakeet.
She had to learn about parakeets against her will because they got her a parakeet, and she's like, the stupid bird. Now I have to take care of the stupid bird.
I know. I'm like, I asked for a puppy, not a stupid bird.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like you being on the vet bills, and all of that. That's because they're looked at as property. Yeah, that's a heartbreaking story. I'm so sorry. That's just terrible. People just don't. They don't look at animals the same. They don't look at them as. I grew up with a boyfriend whose father was like, we don't spend any more money on vet care than we did on the dog. And I'm like, but you got the dog for free. Like, what does that mean? That's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
You're just not going to take care of it. Why have one? Yeah, we can talk about that in private. That's terrible. I can't stand it. Like, I can't. And I look at my little babies here, and I'm like, I can't imagine.
I wish I could show the chat how Apollo is sleeping right now.
Does he have his feet up in the air
Yes,
again?
he does.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm I don't want to give anyone an excuse to abandon an animal because I think there is no excuse. But I also think this problem is going to get worse because as shelters that are already struggling, a lot of people got animals during COVID and they've surrendered them. Like, this was already a problem. And now we have people that are, because of what's happening in the government and how people are losing their jobs and, all of this, the whole country's on fire. This is going to get worse because animals are at the bottom of the totem pole for a lot of people. Oh, that's so sad. That's so awful. I've done some puppy mill rescue, which is heartbreaking.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, I have a little corgi with hip issues roasting herself on my heated blanket at the moment.
She woke up from her nap for a second. And he's like, oh, I'm still roasting. Good. Good job.
It all trickles down, and it's starting to hit people hard enough that they're abandoning their animals. I love that.
And that's heartbreaking that people, like, I don't agree with it. I have to say this, emphasize this. I have no sympathy if you dump your animal like that. Like, but it's making people feel like they have to choose to do that.
Well, and I don't know if people realize this, but you can't just, let's say that you need to rehome your animal, or you find a dog and you can't find the owner and you can't keep it, so you're going to put it on Craigslist, for example, free dog, free to good home, right? You can't do that, especially in the South. I don't know what it's like other places, but down here, there's a lot of dog fights, and they'll use free dogs as bait dogs, and the dogs will get torn to pieces. I mean, there is no
safe place.
Yeah. There's no quick solution if you need to rehome your animal because the shelters are full.
And you don't have anyone that will take them.
It's just, it's a terrible situation, and it's going to get worse, and I'm very angry that our country is in this situation. And I don't know how anyone can be an animal lover and support this shit. Because, yeah, maybe your animals are okay.
but others
But if
aren't.
you just care about your animals, then you're not an animal lover.
I care about them all.
If you just care about the cute ones,
Right.
you know, it's like when people are like, oh, I love animals, but I kill spiders and I do this and I do that. It's like, okay, well, then you're not an animal lover.
Spiders are animals.
You don't get to. I don't feel like we have the right to end an animal's life just because it scares us.
And it's in our space.
Yeah. It's really funny that there's some Karens at the neighborhood up the street where it's obvious, like there's coyotes because there's like forest right next to the neighborhood, right? And it's like, of course there's wild animals there. I've seen more wildlife in Texas than I ever saw back home in Oregon. I think because the forests are really dense up there, and here, you know, humans have just kind of invaded every place that they can, right? So there's these little pockets of nature, and I'll see animal control out sometimes, and I'll be like, "Hey, what's going on?" You know, because I have an interest in wild and, you know, pets, whatever. And this one time, the guy was like, "Oh, somebody saw a coyote," and I'm like, "Oh, really?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I guess people think if they see it, it's dangerous. It's like it's just, and I'm like, "So what's the verdict?" And he's like, "It's just a coyote. They're fine." He's like, "It's acting like a normal coyote. It's not rabid. You know, it's doing coyote things because they live here, you know." So thankfully animal control down here has a balanced, like, idea of how to handle things. But it's just like, oh my God, there was a wild animal in your neighborhood next to the forest.
It got so bad they had to put there are wildlife.
Yeah, there's signs at that park about how there's wildlife out there. Let me read some of these comments. Yeah, dog fighting. I had never heard of that.
Oh, I have.
I had never heard of that until someone was talking about you never want to put a dog on Craigslist for free. And I was like, oh, what do you mean? You know? And they're like, oh, this is what happens to them. And I was like, Jesus, that's mortifying.
So for the, I'm going back to the puppy
Oh,
mill
that's scary.
conversation. A lot of cities here have banned like pet stores because of the puppy mill situation.
Yeah.
Petland was a very big one of them, and they were pissed about it and were like, good.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I try even outside to not interfere, you know, with the wildlife. And there's some venomous shit down here. Like, I've ran into some venomous snakes, and I've saved several tarantulas. The storage unit that I used to use, and my friend Kyle had a storage unit there for years. They did some construction. They demolished kind of this big open field that was next door and built like office buildings, and it resulted in a lot of like big spiders and other animals coming in from that big field into the storage unit. So we relocated them to the nature preserve. You know, it's all animals. If I can help, I will. But I really feel, I hope to God no one abandons another animal in our vicinity. I mean, I hope it doesn't happen anywhere, but I really hope it doesn't happen in the next week, because I cannot walk away from that and just go, oh, it's not my problem.
It is my problem because
I can't do it. I can't.
I get mad because it's like, it's cool you dumped your animal when you put your heartbreak onto me.
Mm-hmm.
Because my heart broke for this dog more than the cat, because the cat was a baby. They're not going to remember.
It's easier to find a home for a baby animal than it is an elderly.
Exactly. An elderly, larger dog. She wasn't huge, because, you know, border
She was
collies,
52 pounds.
Border collies are like mid-size. But like,
medium.
Yeah, that's the word. But it's like, I'm like, elderly dogs on their own are very hard to place sometimes.
Oh, yeah, same. My animals always have food. Mm-hmm. They always have, like, they have better insurance policy than I do, and mine's pretty good.
We make sure they have food, like, months in advance.
Yeah, I'm always ahead.
Like,
I don't mess around.
Look, if we had the space, we would have, like, 12 dogs.
I love all animals. I I don't have cats because I don't think that my dogs would be chill with that. I think it might be, especially to a small cat like this one was. I think it would really be dangerous because I don't know what, like Apollo, who is a very sweet dog, okay, but he clearly doesn't like cats. I don't know what he would do. I don't know if he would be aggressive, and like a little cat's not going to be able to stand up to any size dog. But I grew up with cats and dogs. I had a bunny. I had a turtle. I had all kinds of pets when I was little.
I had that stupid bird.
Stupid bird.
I have nothing against
I've
birds.
had birds.
I have nothing against birds. Let's get this clear. I just didn't want one as a 10-year-old.
You're like, now I got to learn everything about this stupid bird.
Yes, I did. I was always reading stupid books.
Because you wanted the bird to have a good little bird life.
As much as I
So
didn't
you
want,
needed to know, what does a bird
As
need?
much as I didn't want the bird in my life, the bird
Right.
was in my life.
You're like, well, here you are.
Here you are. Here we are.
Here we are together.
What are we gonna do? How do I bathe you? How do I make sure you're happy?
It's so funny because, like, typically a kid will ask for a specific type of pet, and then the parents have to learn everything. But no, you're like, no, I don't even want it. But since it's here,
apparently I have to learn. And I'm like, okay, when's the best time to clean the cage? Do I cover it at night?
oh, that's hilarious. 6 chihuahuas. My God.
Goodness.
I had one chihuahua, half chihuahua. He was Pomchi, Zeusy, but chihuahuas are funny. They are very opinionated. But I had heard, I don't know if it was New Mexico or Arizona, there was like a wild pack of chihuahuas, which is hilarious to me because they're so like opinionated.
I'm imagining a little gang of chihuahuas.
And now I have corgis, which are also very opinionated, so.
I didn't even notice the typos. I just kind of auto-corrected.
Yeah, I did too. That's funny. Speaking of chihuahuas.
Yeah.
My little I don't want to call it a werepup because that's copyrighted and it's not a werepup kit. It's the other werewolf kit, the Lucian Kane. Yeah. That's the kit I picked to have Zeus's memorial doll done. And he is home as of today. I haven't taken any pictures yet, but I am so I'm still kind of in shock that he's here. So that doll was made to look like Zeus and like a werewolf, baby werewolf version of Zeus. It's his final form. We used to call him, when we'd go to the park and his shadow would be all like crazy looking and distorted like a Tim Burton character, we'd call it the were-chihuahua. So it fits. Like, now I have a baby were-chihuahua. But that doll is home now and finished, and Zeus's ashes are inside the doll, and I'm very happy that he's finished and we get to take him instead of I didn't want him to be shipped. I mean, obviously I would have taken his ashes with me, and
right,
but I didn't even want the doll to be shipped because what if something happened? We've had things happen. Were you sending me a kit?
I was sending you.
Which kit was that?
Elise kit. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. But I was sending.
Who was the sculptor on that one?
Cassie Brace.
Okay.
I was sending you an Elise kit.
Oh, thank you. I miss him so much.
As soon as you put Zeus doll together, I'm like, I could smell his Feetos.
She's like, I can smell his little stink.
I miss that.
He didn't really stink, but we used to
stink.
joke that he liked to be nasty because he didn't want to have baths. And, anytime he rolled in something at the park, I was like, oh, God. Because I can't see what he's rolling in. Like, I don't see anything in the grass, but something must have happened.
I can't see the scent.
Right.
Athena has started rolling. It's so cute.
Oh, yeah. Athena's just started that.
After over a year of having her, she started rolling. She started getting comfortable. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
Right now she's on my foot cleaning her foot, so it's kind of, we got something going.
Aww. Yeah, I miss Susie. That was devastating. But we've carried on his legacy in the Greek, keeping the names in the Greek pantheon: Perseus, Percy, Athena, Apollo, that will probably continue until we run out. And
Now then we're gonna go to like Greek Gorgon. We're gonna go to Greek monsters like Medusa,
well, we also talked about what was it?
Rockstar Corgis,
Ozzy Posborn,
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness.
We
We
had
were gonna do like musician or rock star names.
hmm
We had a whole list. I can't remember them off the
Oh,
top
I
of my
have
head,
them on my
but-
phone. But anyway, so I was thinking about it. My dog Dakota was technically also dumped.
Kind of, yeah. She was a rescue as
So,
well.
yeah.
Zeus was a rescue.
Yes. Dakota, she was my baby dog. She was like 15 when she passed in 2020. We got her because my best friend's at the time, her mom's co-worker's husband, long sentence, didn't like this dog so much that he said, "I'm gonna bring her to be euthanized." It's like, what did this 1-year-old baby do to you?
She was a min pin.
She was a min pin and she was the chillest little potato in the world. She was an old lady at 1 year old.
It's really funny to hear stories about her because the corgis are just nuts. And Lauren's like, I think initially was kind of overwhelmed, like, oh my god, these dogs are crazy. Dakota was a potato, and I'm like, Dakota was not a. Most dogs, especially young dogs, are nice and crazy, for a good while.
She was not. She just wanted to find a spot to take a nap. She was healthy. she had a regular vet that we brought her to. She just didn't wanna. She liked her walks. She liked to play ball until she judged you because you were throwing the ball for her.
Mm.
She's very sassy. But like she was also a rescue in a way.
Yeah.
I got a soft spot for those little animals with little
I think that's part of, like, I intentionally, while that border collie was here, Bailey, I intentionally tried to emotionally keep my distance. I was very sweet to her, and but inside I was like, I cannot get attached to this dog because it's so easy, like, especially when they're scared or they're confused. All you want to do is just love on them 24/7, and I'm like, this is not going to be her permanent home. So even if we had to take her with us, we would have to find her another home, at some point, because we just can't. I'm not ready for 4 dogs at this point. But like, I was trying to emotionally keep my distance, and I think one of the reasons that you bonded so hard with her is because I think to some degree she reminded you of Dakota.
She did.
Because she was an, I'm guessing she's, hey, Ems.
Hey.
I'm guessing she's, like they estimated her at 8 or older. So that's,
Mhm.
I mean, she's a senior.
Yeah, and when you have your dog for a long time, most of the time they're seniors.
Yeah. If you're lucky.
Mm-hmm. And you met Dakota when she was older.
Yeah.
But I bonded hardcore to this dog because I really felt for her. She had those soulful eyes, and she had big old feet that she would just hook on me.
Her little tappy toes.
Mm-hmm. Well, every other dog, it was like, okay, they have a home. They're going to their home.
You didn't have a chance to
I
get
didn't have a
attached.
chance.
Yeah.
Like they went and the truth is, with some cats, I'm allergic, so I
Yeah.
don't get attached to cats. I like cats.
Well, she was on antihistamine. I thought your eyes were going to swell shut the first day that cat was here.
Mm-hmm.
But she went on antihistamine so that she could,
Interact with the cat.
enough
as
to
much
take care of it at
as,
least.
you can't really play with the cat like I did the first time because I'm a dummy.
Yeah.
But then after that, I kept a safe distance.
Her
So,
face was all red and swollen. I'm like,
I
are
was
you
sneezing.
okay?
I had yeah.
She's like, do we have any Benadryl? I'm like, yeah. Let me get that for you before we have to go to the hospital or something.
Right.
Because you've had your eyes swell shut before.
Yes, I
and
have.
had to go on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, we better get something in your system before that
Yeah.
happens. But
Yeah, that's the reason why I don't get attached to the cats that we pick up because
you
I'm
literally
not-
can't.
Yes, I'm not allergic to all cats. It's really weird. It's some cats.
What
which
you
apparently
doing,
is a thing.
Beans? Come here.
So she can't get comfy.
Or are you scratching?
Yeah.
Come here, baby. Come here.
She says no.
What are you doing? You gonna growl for the people?
I don't remember if I was allergic to Juju. She may have been.
You were.
A
I
little bit.
remember. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's nothing like huge. Like
As long she can be in the same room, but like if she,
if I kick up the fur in my face.
yeah, or like pets them and then touches her face, or
I'm usually okay if I keep up with like a Benadryl or what did you have me on?
Benadryl first, and then we did Zyrtec because the Benadryl knocked you out.
Benadryl's good for if
it's already in progress.
Yes,
Yeah.
and keeping up with Zyrtec it helps me. So as long as I have that, then I'm fine around cats. But yeah, I bonded really hard with Bailey, and I knew that was a mistake. It was just it's hard not to when she's all, when they're all want to be all snuggly with you.
Well, and it's hard not to when you know they don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, and I felt really bad. I'm like, I wish you could forget wherever you came from.
Just Men in Black, just...
Yeah, because I'm like, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I guess you can be allergic to some, but not others. Because I remember Ems and I had gone over to one of my ex's house, this girl I was dating, and she had like an immediate serious reaction. Like not an anaphylactic reaction, but like eyes watering so bad that you can't see, and like asthma and stuff. Like that was really bad. And I don't even think you pet any of her cats. You were just in the house for a minute, but it was like intense. So I'm not allergic to any animals, thankfully. I'm sure that...
The thing that's weird is I wasn't allergic to cats at all until I was. Because there was... the first cat that I noticed had a reaction to was my cousin's cat. I went home to Georgia to visit for like a week or two.
You weren't allergic till then?
Correct.
Oh. I thought it was like a long-term thing.
It wasn't until then, and they said, yeah, that can just pop up.
Yeah, allergies can do that.
Because I had put my face up against her like I always did. Nemo's a very sweet cat, and then that's when my eyes swelled shut.
That's because Juju suckles on your arm like a baby. So Juju is a black cat. It's the first cat that we rescued, and Ems took her in, and she was 5 weeks when we found her. This tiniest little black cat. She fit in my hand.
Little black bean.
And the other terrible thing, I did not grow up in the South, okay? But the other terrible thing about people in the South, not all people, obviously, but some folks are
not me,
very religious, and there's this stigma against black cats. And so when we found her, it was like, oh my God, she was under a car by herself. And our neighbors had just moved out in the neighborhood we were living at that point. And I thought, oh my God, what if they abandoned her? Because all of a sudden there's this black cat, little 5-week-old kitten by herself. So anyway, where the hell was I going with that? I don't even remember now.
Stigma of a black cat.
Yeah.
In the South.
They will harm them because people are superstitious down here.
Yeah, where I'm from,
you told me about the orange juice. That scares me all the time with like tomatoes, because I'm all about salsa and marinara sauce and everything that's got like citric acid in it.
If you become allergic to tomatoes, I don't know what the heck you're gonna eat.
I already can't have gluten. You might as well just shoot me then.
You know what? I'll have you survive off of, I don't know, fruit roll-ups and Red Bull.
No. I don't think you can live on just Red Bull.
I don't know. Have we tried?
No, every time I think about that orange juice story, and it's horrifying. Because I'm that way with tomatoes. I'm such a like tomato fiend. And I'm worried that someday I'm going to be like eating tomatoes my whole life and then wake up and I can't.
Yeah, where I'm from, we've always had a black cat at some point in our life, right? It's known you have to close your curtains around Halloween because people could see that you have a black cat and intend to harm your cat.
Yeah, see, I had never heard that until I moved here. And the first time I heard that, I was like, you got to be kidding me. That can't be real. And it is real. And even the vet said it when we took Juju in. We took her in right after we found her and to get like an age estimate, find out, you know, is she ready for food even, because she was that small.
Does she need formula?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not sure what to do with a cat that's this tiny, like, you know. So we went in, took her to the vet, got her shots, and got her, you know, got some information on is she old enough to even have kibble, like she was that tiny. And the vet's like, she's 5 weeks was her estimate. But she told us, you know, it's a good thing that you grabbed her because she's a black cat. And I was just like, oh man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just awful. I don't know how people can be this way to animals.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand it. I'm glad I don't understand it.
Yeah, I wish I didn't understand it.
You wish you didn't see it, you mean?
Yeah.
My corgis are like, I have no idea what any of this is about because
they're not saying words.
I'm very spoiled. She's like, what do you mean other dogs don't have their own heated blankets?
Yeah, she had
and their special snack.
Juju had to have formula mixed with wet foods for a little bit.
Yeah. She was tiny. Like,
yep.
Not any bigger than my iPhone tiny.
She was a loud little bean.
Yeah, she was. She still is.
Yes, she is.
What's funny about Juju is, like, she was so little, and now she's like a fucking panther. She's at Bombay, I guess. She's a huge cat. Like, just, she looks like a panther.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. But it's funny to see her now because she was such a little teeny tiny thing. And she was loud. Like...
And the second cat we rescued was also a black cat.
Yeah.
Jumped into my car.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Jumped into my car.
I think because I had seen there was a large male black cat in the neighborhood, and I think that was the daddy of a lot of kittens in the neighborhood. But
that tomcat. I was like,
hey. Two animals that appear to have been dumped in 1 week is too many, and it's breaking my heart, and I feel like this is just the beginning.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that they will fully restore SNAP benefits before that happens, because...
Well, and it's not just about that. I mean...
It's the people, too.
The world is on fire.
Yeah,
and
but, like...
everything is...
But if people can't eat, really bad things are going to happen.
It goes beyond the SNAP benefits, but...
Oh, I know.
It's just... It's not a coincidence. And it is. It's completely heartbreaking. And I want to save them all, you know, but...
And I will try my damnedest to save them all.
If I see an animal, I will help it, but, like, I actively want to build facilities to help the issue. I don't have the financial means to do what I want to do. So I do what I can. And, you know, it doesn't matter if we're in the middle of like, a very stressful big move. It's everything gets put on pause for
everything.
An animal that needs help.
And it's funny because both times you were like in the mentality of, okay, we got to crack down and really move some packing.
I know, I had said that both days. I'm like, all right, got to get cracking on packing. And then all of a sudden there's this animal and I'm like, oh no.
And after Bailey was on our couch, I looked at her and said, don't ever say that again this entire move.
She's like, don't say it, because every time you say it,
something else appears. I'm like, next time it's going to be like a fish or a bird or something that lands on our lap.
It was almost a bird today because there was a big old raven looking... It had to be not a crow. It had to be a bigger bird.
It's a big.
But it was sitting in the grass, and I was like, are you okay, little buddy? And Lauren's like, oh, God, now it's going to be a bird. I can't.
While we were walking the current dog.
The bird was fine. It flew off and looked at me irritated like I disrupted its little nap. But,
which you did.
Which I did, but I wanted to make sure it was okay. I don't think... My first thought is not, I don't have time for this, or I'm not going to...
Never, ever.
I don't know how I'm going to deal with this, you know.
We'll say it, but we'll try to figure it out.
That wouldn't have been the first bird. Like,
no, it wouldn't.
Andy and I have crossed many lanes of traffic. He was talking about it the other day to rescue, you know, a bird that was injured on the side of the road. Like, I did it as a little kid. It's just... my first thought is never I don't have time for this, or how am I going to deal with this, or what am I going to do? It's, I have to help this animal.
I've been with him when you
And I'll
tried to
just
help
figure
a
it
shocked
out.
pigeon.
Yeah.
I was doing it with my grandpa when I was little because he had a big old heart. He was a Kentucky country boy,
Aww.
so he helped all kinds of animals.
He's the bird watcher, huh?
Yeah, he's the one that taught me about cranes and stuff.
Athena's like, is this live over? Because I want my nighttime snack.
She's like, you know what? I don't even care at this point. I just want to go night night.
What is she laying on? Oh, it's the tag.
She's alright. Don't bother her.
I'm not bothering
She's
her.
looking like you're bothering her.
No, I just looked underneath to see what she was laying on. Because it looked like a piece of toilet paper. I'm like, that should not be.
Deb would never be around them.
No, but it's just a tag for the blanket.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was like my faith in humanity took a big hit because 2 abandoned animals in 1 week. But then it was fully restored by just the way this whole situation came together for this dog. And
The
it was
group
like,
of people that were trying.
these are, you know, that feeling when you're like, these are my people?
Mm-hmm.
Those are my people. That everybody just did what they had to do. And I still think there was some divine intervention
Mm-hmm.
on the part of, you know, our respective deceased family members trying to help, because that's the way they were in life, you know. It's just
I never get that urge.
I like vacuuming. It kills my
I-
back though.
Look, I like the little hand vacuum, but the dogs don't.
You like sucking up the little corgi dust bunnies.
Yes, I do. It's very satisfying.
It is.
Well, the thing is we train Percy around the vacuums. We don't care. These two, however,
They do not like it.
so we can't just vacuum whenever because.
Athena's afraid of it. She thinks it's going to eat me.
And Apollo wants
And
to eat
Apollo wants to attack it, but Percy doesn't. I mean, Percy will sit right in front of me when I have the
it.
regular vacuum and just stand there like, what?
He brought in a toy once.
Yeah, he brought a toy over to it when I was like actively trying to vacuum the rug. Because if you don't keep on top of it with corgis, it's just the hair takes over your life. So
Especially with 3 of them.
yeah, so I'm like vacuuming the rug, and he's like brings over a toy and then sets it in front of the vacuum, and the vacuum's like on, and I'm like, cool, buddy, can you pick that back
But then
up
he
so I
starts,
can
like-
finish?
He does the little stance that he does when he wants you to throw it. I'm like, the vacuum is not going to throw anything for
It
you.
doesn't phase him at all
Nope,
because
he
he's
don't.
been hearing it since he was tiny. But the other 2, they do not appreciate it. They do not like it. I'm trying to like slowly desensitize them to it so they'll be in the other room, but they'll hear it and they're pissed off about it. So I'm hoping that they'll like chill a little bit. I've had it like off
Next to them.
and sit it next to Apollo, and he'll just look at it like, try me ho. Like he's ready to go. He's mad.
Mhm.
He'll like jump at it and bite. I'm like, it's not gonna hurt
I'm
you,
like-
buddy.
I'm like, I'm going to tell Percy that you're doing that. And he'll say, oh, you're a baby because I did that as a baby.
But some people like, yeah, some people will like chase their dogs with the vacuum, or their kids will, and I'm like, you can't do that.
I feel like that's what happened with Athena because of how she reacts.
Yeah, because she's scared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And I hate that. I'm like,
I have to like talk to her while I'm vacuuming. I'm like, Mom's okay. I'm okay, and that seems to help a little bit that she can hear my voice. The vacuum has not successfully eaten her mother. That's the vibe I get from her. But Apollo just, it's like a
Hates.
war. Oh, baby.
Jesus.
Anyway.
Girl.
I gotta take the dogs outside for their nighttime potty
They're ready.
and get Athena her little snack because she takes meds at night. She's gotta have
They're telling us we're way
a little
behind
bit of food
schedule.
with. We are not even an hour behind schedule.
They say it's 5 hours.
I know.
They say it's already time for morning potties.
It's already time for morning breakfast, huh?
Yes, they
They would have, they're like little hobbits.
They would fully support having breakfast.
Second and third breakfast.
Don't lick the bedpost, Athena. We understand.
Hey, let me know if you do and I will be there. I'll at least listen while I'm packing. That'll be fun. And I'll chime in here and there. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you everyone for hanging out and listening to me.
And also being animal people.
Yes.
Like, honestly, it is refreshing knowing that there are still actual animal people out there.
It made me feel really good. Like And I told the lady that today. I was like, you know, it's heartwarming to find other humans who actually care because, you know, like I said, my faith in humanity took a hit seeing these animals get dumped, and so it's just nice to know that there are people out there that still want to help and still will go out of their way, drop everything, you know, taking an animal at the drop of a hat because the animal needs you right now. And that's how it is when you're doing rescue. It's right now. Oh, thank you.
You know, I felt very relieved when you told me what went in to place Bailey.
Yeah, everybody coming together
look,
like that.
Like, because, you know, I was very much like, is this a good person?
Well, yeah.
To you, because I was like, you know, because I was very attached to her, but I want her ultimately to go to a good home.
Yeah.
Even if it's not with us, you know. I want her to feel like how we treat our dogs like they're babies. I want someone to treat her like a baby.
Yes.
Like, that's what I want. Because she's just, you know.
Sweet girl.
Yeah, she is. So I felt a lot better.
She's going to make a great dog for somebody.
I was telling her, too.
Like, did you?
I
heard you talking to her before the lady showed up. I gave you guys a minute because I was like, you got really attached to her. I had to actively step back because I was just like,
look, I wanted her, part of that too is I wanted her to feel safe and secure while she was with us.
Yeah.
So I gave her.
She loved that crate. That's why I didn't have a problem like letting it go with her because it's a huge crate. It was way bigger than our dogs would ever need. It's like a Great Dane size crate. And I just got it for Athena for her recovery because I thought, you know, she's going to have the cone on and I wanted her to be able to turn around for her spay surgery and all of that. And I wanted a place for her to be that wasn't just out in the house if we had to leave the house and I couldn't watch her. But as it turned out, I think she was in there, like I said, for all of 30 minutes that whole 2 weeks because I was home with her the whole time and we just worked everything out. But Bailey loved it. I mean, we had the crate door open most of the time and she'd go in and out as she felt like, and sometimes she'd be up on the couch, you know, snuggling with somebody, or she'd be going in there and taking a nap, and it became like her little safe space. So I was like, yeah, it needs to go with her because she needs to have some consistency during this time in her life that is like
chaos
for
her. Like, her whole world is just flipped.
Yeah.
But that's also why I allowed myself to get attached to her so that she could feel safer, you know? I don't know if that makes any sense.
It doesn't, but
like,
what Apollo? He hears Dad. I know. You can't get nothing by a dog. They hear everything. They smell everything.
He flopped right at the door and went, "Murr."
Yeah, he hears everything.
But no, I did get attached to her, and I don't regret that. She's an awesome dog.
No, like I said, I think some of it, I think she reminded you of Dakota.
And a little bit of the wire, like you said, she reminded you of Zeus.
A little bit of Zeus, yeah.
A big version of
a big darker colored Zeusy.
A very big wire, a big version of Dakota too, because her and Zeus are about the same size.
Yeah. Anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out, and I love the fact that you're animal people, and I wish more people saw it that way, and I wish there was better options for when people are in desperate situations, because I think it's going to continue, and I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I think that as much as I know these rescues are trying, you know, these people they're in animal rescue, they're trying, you know, but every rescue that I've ever worked at or worked with, whether it's wildlife rescue or, you know, dogs, cats, whatever, they're all always at max capacity. You know, like the lady had said with Bailey, she's like, you know, my rescue's full, quote unquote, but it's never really full. And that's how it is. Mm-hmm. You know, you're always like stretching and stretching and stretching as far as you can, because it's like being a male person. The male never stops, and the need for animals never stops. Like, it's just, I think it probably feels to these people who've been doing it for years and that's what they do day in and day out, it probably feels like they can't ever do enough. And it all matters, you know, but it's like, it's just sad. It's sad to see it. And I think you got to have a real big heart to do that all the time. And I wish I get really angry when I think about these people who have unlimited financial resources and all they do is buy more boats, buy more yachts, buy more houses, buy more
or
bullshit.
getting a
Like,
rocket ship to not even go to space.
like, yeah, you're gonna take your dick to space. That's what you're gonna spend your money on. You fucked. Like,
do you know?
you could be Batman. You
you
could be
know
out
how,
here
like,
making a real difference, and instead
I'm
you're
like,
a selfish.
they don't need
prick.
that money. I need that money because I don't want to do it for me. Anytime I've wanted money, it's never for me.
It's frustrating
It's frustrating
because I can think of so much good that could be done in the world for humans and animals.
Yeah.
And it's just
The
it's the age of
resources-
Aquarius, though. It's gonna turn around.
It just sucks that the resources are wasted on people that just keep it for themselves and they hoard it. Like, what are you gonna spend?
Well,
all
and
that
you
money
can't.
on?
Some of these people are never going to be able to spend the money that they have.
Like, dude,
I can't stand it. Yeah, exactly.
like he is the richest man in the world. Like, I believe that they said at this point he is the richest man. And what does he do with it? Nothing.
Nothing
He
good.
does nothing.
Like I said, you could be Batman.
I would love to be Batman.
I keep telling the universe, bless me so I can bless others, because I got all kinds of ideas about how we can make the world a better place. Yes. It's coming around. Everybody who's a selfish piece of shit, the karma's coming for you. And I'm glad I get to be here to see it, as devastating as some of it is. What are you doing smacking your lips, Mama?
She knows what time it is.
She says, "Where's my snack?"
Come on, baby, we'll go get it.
They're so smart. It's just insane.
She knows.
Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. I don't know when that'll be, but what?
She wants me to go get it with her. I carry her.
My dogs are not spoiled at all.
Nah.
Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God.